friends. As in the last lecture, we are going to start the shape operator. Okay, that is the last unit in our differential geometry syllabus that we have prescribed in our university. So, we have already discussed what we are going to see in the shape operator. That means we are going to, whatever we have seen for our curve. That means what is a tangent, what is a normal, what is binormal, what is torsion, what is a curvature k. These things we are going to apply, or we are going to see what will be the normal tangent to the surface. Okay. So what was our Freinet apparatus? That is C and B. These are forming the frame field at every point of the curve. Okay, what is torsion and curvature k? Curvature k is nothing but the radius of curvature. That is, and what is a torsion? Torsion is nothing but we have calculated. This is nothing but v dash is equal to minus tau n. Correct, no? So these are the formula we have. We are knowing about the Freinet apparatus. What is the main thing about the Freinet apparatus? They are described in themselves. We don't need any other apparatus or any other things to find out the Freinet apparatus. If you remember T, we have found with the help of P dash. What is B? B is a unit normal vector. If it is not a unit speed vector, then we are going to use another formula, that is arbitrary speed formulas. Okay, Freinet apparatus for arbitrary speed curve. Okay, so these are the things we have already seen. Now let us go for the next one. That is, if instead of having a curve, we have a surface. Then how to find out the normal to the surface, tangent to the surface, and what will be the shape of the surface? Suppose you are at the Kashmir. Okay, there are so many hills. Okay, so if you want to find out, or if you want to go to the hills, so what? How you are going to calculate this with the help of that means what will be the normal, what is the tangent, those who are traveling to the hills, so how they are going to calculate the things, because without calculation they can't go up, right now. So for that, at that time we are going to use these things so that we can be able to understand what where we are going to reach, right? So if you are having, suppose the some arbitrary shape of a hill, right? कोई पहाड़ है आपके पास, okay? Just like we are in Kashmir, so there are so many. जब वहाँ पे अगर बहुत सारे पहाड़ है तो आप उसका नॉर्मल कैसे निकालोगे, ओके? बिकॉज अगर आप पहाड़ पे हो, सपोज, so there is arbitrary shape, no? At that time we can't be sure that which shape is there, okay? So how to find out normal to that? Because if you come back to our curve alpha, what is a normal to the curve alpha? If it is normal, that is if you are going to find out a normal n. What is a formula for normal n? I think you are remembering or not, I don't know. What is formula for normal? First we have found t. T is equals to b dash. Okay, what is n? N is nothing but normal, that is it will be perpendicular to tangent. What is a t dash? T dash is equals to beta double dash. Okay. So with the help of these things, we are going to find out a normal vector. Okay. What is normal? It is perpendicular to the tangent and it will show you the turning of the curve. Okay. Let us see what we have written here. In the case of a curve, in the case of curve, there is only one direction, right, to move, and its shape is measured by taking the rate of change of a tangent, that is t dash to the. In other words, the shape of a curve is measured by the curvature and torsion. If you remember, we have curvature k is something but norm of t dash. Okay, what is curvature k? Norm of t dash. How you find n? N is nothing but t dash upon norm of t dash. What is the formula for t dash? T dash is equals to k into n. What is k? K is a curvature. Okay. So if you are having a curve, suppose you are having a curve like a helix. So at that time, if you are going to move like this, so at every point you can find out the normal, tangent, binormal, and these are going to form a frame field. But what about the surface? Because it is arbitrary shape. Suppose you are on the hills. Okay, आप अगर पहाड़ पे हो, how you are going to find out the normal to the hill? That is somewhat difficult, no? Because it doesn't have only single direction. So if it is not having a single direction, how to find out the normal? Okay, so surface, there are whole plane of collections to move, and hence tangent to the plane M alone will not determine the change of a surface in all possible directions. What is the meaning of this sentence? Suppose you are going to find out a normal or a tangent to the surface at a point. So you are going to find out, if you remember, we have taken one definition. What is tangent to the surface? What is normal to the surface? So for normal to the surface means what? And tangent to the surface means what? How the surface is going to form. If you remember patch computation, we are going to form a surface or any x of d with the help of those straight line we have converted to a curve. So if you want to find out a tangent to the surface, it is equivalent to find out the tangent to one curve which is passing through that curve particular point. Okay, and we know that at every point P of the curve, we can find out a tangent to the curve. What is tangent to that curve is nothing but your alpha dash, because velocity vector to the curve is nothing but a tangent vector. Correct? So this velocity vector to the curve is nothing but a tangent vector. So at this point we are getting a tangent vector which will be a tangent vector to this whole surface. Correct? So, but as the curve is going to change or at the point is going to change, there will be change, because if suppose here you are getting what is TPM? TPM is nothing but a tangent plane. And what we have studied in the first chapter, TP of E3, that is nothing but tangent space. Okay. So at this point, the collection of all those tangent vector at a point P is nothing but TPM. But if you change a point P, again the TPM will be changing, right? So because the surface is not of the not in the same direction, surface is not in the same direction. It is going to change its direction at every point. It is having some different dimensions, right? So here it is somewhat difficult. It is here it is somewhat different, so at every point you are getting a one tangent plane, but this is not the case in the case of a curve. At every point you are getting a velocity vector, but normal to the surfaces or normal to the curve is a same. Okay, sorry, normal to the curve is a same. So now what is our aim to find out now? What is tangent normal to the surface? Okay, so here you can see for the surface there are whole plane of directions to move. That is, mm, instead of having a single direction, there is a plane of a direction, that is TPM. We are saying will not determine the change of a surface in all possible directions, because if suppose it is hill, so it will be just like any arbitrary surface. So at every point you are getting one tangent plane, right? At every point you are getting one tangent plane, so hence it is not possible to find out what will be the normal to the surface, what is a tangent to the surface. Hence for the surface we are going to find out unique normal. Okay, so we are going to find out a unique normal to the surface. How we will find out, that I will show you on the board. Further, the rate of change of u in the direction of v tells how the tangent planes of M, that is surface M, are varying in the v direction. That is, we are going to find out rate of change of this unique normal in the direction of v. Okay. At every point we are getting one curve, and hence we can get a tangent vector v. So we are going to find out rate of change of u in the direction of v, hence it will give you the how the tangent planes are going to change with the help of this direction. The rate of change of a unit normal vector field u is described by special type of a linear operator defined on the tangent planes of the surfaces. Such operators are called linear shape operator. With the help of shape operator, we should be able to measure how rapidly the surface M is pulling itself away from the tangent vector. This amounts the change in the shape of the surface in the neighborhood. Okay, how you are going to get this? Because if you are having any arbitrary shape of a surface, at every point you are getting one tangent plane. Okay, so it is not possible to find out what is a tangent plane at a for whole surface. So that's why we are going to find out a unit normal, and with the help of unit normal, we will find out the shape of a surface. Okay, right. So what we are going to do, we are going to first find out unit normal. That means this unit normal, अगर आप unit normal निकाल रहे हो, right? Suppose there is arbitrary shape of surface and this will be a unit normal. So if you are having a unit normal, that will show you the how the surface is changing, or how what is shape of a surface, right? So because if this is a unit normal and if we are going to change this tangent vector at every point, so if we are going to change a tangent vector, it will show you how the shape of the surface looks like with the help of a unit normal. Without knowing the surface, we can say the what is the shape operator of a surface, or how the surface looks like. Okay, so rate of change of a unit normal is described by special type of linear operator that is called a shape operator. Okay. With the help of a shape operator, we are going to measure how rapidly the surface sun is going to change with the help of this tangent plane. Okay, tangent vector plane or tangent plane. That is TPM. Okay. So this is what a definition of a shape operator. Okay, let me close this sharing the screen. This is what a definition of a shape operator that we are going to see. And then we are going to prove the shape operator is linear. Then we are going to solve some examples. After the example, we have again some more theorems and example. That is not much difficult. And after that, we are going to see a normal curvature, then some signs of normal curvature, what some examples. And then finally, we are going to see the last point, that is Gaussian and mean curvature. Okay. So let me stop the sharing and we'll see what is a shape operator. Suppose the shape of our surface is somewhat arbitrary. As I told you, if you are in Kashmir, if you are having different type of hills. So suppose I want to find out tangent plane at this point. What will happen? So this will be a tangent plane. That is collection of all the tangent vector at a point P of a this. Right. So here next, if I am going to find out this will be a tangent plane. Collection of all the tangent vector at a point. So at every point I am getting different type of a tangent plane, just like our curve. So suppose it is a helix. So at every point we are able to find out the TPM. That is sorry, tangent, normal, and binormal. What tangent tells you, it is nothing but our rate of change. Okay, what is normal? It is turning of the curve. Binormal, it is how much times the curve is twisting. What is torsion? It will give you the rate of change of a twisting motion. Okay, so in this way, here at a single point, it is not possible to find out one tangent. So it will be the collection of a tangent at a point P, and this will give you a TPM, just like a TPF. Those who don't remember, go back to the lectures of first chapter in which you can able to see what is TPF and or TPF E3. So here now, if suppose I want to find out a normal to this, so let me collect unique normal vectors. Why it is unique? That instead of having a normal vector with arbitrary measurements, so we are going to connect the unique normals, right? So these are nothing but the unique normals to the whole surface. As it is arbitrary type of a surface, I am not going to single point. So this will be the normal to the surface at this point. This is normal to the surface at this point. So these are nothing but the normals to the surface at these corresponding points. You're not able to see it. So these are nothing but the normals to the surface at the every point. Okay. So collection of all those I am going to tell them as a unique normal, because we are going to collect them with a unique that is we are going. अगर आपके पास choice है तो आप normals का measurement different ले सकते हो. Someone will say 2 unit, 3 unit, and so on. So to avoid the confusion, we are going to take a unique normal. So these are nothing but the collections of normal vector to the surface, and rather they are a unique normal. Okay. So these are nothing but the unique normal to the this arbitrary type of a surface. Okay. So rather here we are assuming this to be surface. Later on we will अगर आपको वेरीफाई करना है तो वेरीफाई कर सकते हो with the help of some equation that how to find out whether the given object is a surface or not. Okay. So these are the unique normal. Right. So suppose if I know the unique normal, so collection of these will give you the shape of a surface. I have written them in the top, but if suppose I want to write down like this. What was the shape of the surface is somewhat like. So if I am collecting a unique normal here, at every point you can get one tangent plane. And normal to the tangent plane is a one vector, and that we are taking in a unique. So these are collection of a unique normals to the curve. At every point we are having a tangent plane. No? So tangent plane, if you can have a normal to the surface or normal to the surface at a particular point. So collection of all this will, whether it will give you the shape of the surface. Suppose I am going to remove this. Whether I will get the shape of a surface if I know the normals. If it is possible, then it's good. Right? So if I rub this, whatever the surface, so if I collect all this, again I will get the shape of a surface. So this is nothing but our shape operator. Okay. So what is a shape operator? How it is defined, that we will see later on. So if you are going to join these, so you will get the what is a shape of a surface. Okay. So hence, this collection of all the unique normal will describe what is a shape of the surface. Rather, if let us name these as all this unique normal, we are going to say it is capital U. Okay. So if I am going to find out the rate of change of this U in the direction of a tangent vector V. Suppose here is some tangent vector V from this tangent plane. So at this point, if I am going to find out rate of change of U, that will give you the shape operator of the surface or the shape of the surface at this point. Okay. But every point I can find out that is rate of change of U with respect to a tangent vector V. Now this tangent vector V is going to change because U is a unique normal vector field. This is collection of all the normal vector at every point of the surface, and this will give you unique normal. At every point we can find we have having a one tangent plane out of which we are going to take one tangent vector, and this tangent vector means what? It will be a velocity vector of at least 1 curve, because tangent to the surface means what? It is a tangent to the curve. Tangent to the curve means what? It is nothing but the velocity vector. And hence, finally, what we get is that is nothing but if you are going to find out rate of change of U with respect to V, that will give you the shape operator of the surface. That means it will show you how the shape of the surface is going to change. At every point, if you are finding that, it will give you the shape of the surface, and that the name is given as a shape operator of the surface. Okay, and the definition is same. That is, we have to find out the rate of change of U with respect to V. Okay. for that, what is the shape operator? SPV. It is denoted by SPV. That is, P is a particular point on the surface and V is a tangent vector at a point P, and it is defined by minus of del V U. As it is a unit normal vector field, so if you want to find out the derivative of unit normal vector field, it should be a covariant derivative. Those who remember, we have studied this in the second chapter, last point, that is a covariant derivative. Covariant derivative with respect to a tangent vector, covariant derivative with respect to a vector field. We have seen the properties of covariant derivative with respect to tangent vector as well as properties of covariant derivative with respect to a vector field. And one or two examples also I have solved in the lectures. Okay. So what we have, SPV is equal to minus of del V U. So this is what a definition of a shape operator. Now, if I want to find out what it will be looks like, suppose this is the arbitrary type of a shape of a surface M. So at every point P, suppose this is a tangent vector B. Okay, and what we want is unit normals. Okay, suppose this is a unit normal at a point P, because at every point we are finding one unit normal. So what is covariant derivative? We have already studied covariant derivative at every point. Suppose this is a curve, here we have this tangent vector. So here I can get, this is nothing but del U, that is rate of change of a unit vector field U in the direction of a tangent vector V. Those who remember, I have already told you, suppose we are having any curve. Okay, so here this is P, this is P plus PV, and this is V. So here it will have f of P plus TV. Okay, so how to find out the whether if you go with the directional derivative, covariant derivative, like that. So what will be the covariant derivative? It is nothing but one vector. Those who remember, go back to our lectures, you can see what will del V. That is, it is nothing but covariant derivative of a vector field U in the direction of a vector V. If both are given to us, it will be simply one vector, and that one vector I can point in. So it is written with a negative sign. Actually, I also don't know why it is with negative sign. So SPV will be here, as if both are in the same, that is, both are with the same magnitude but opposite direction. Okay, SPV, and this is del V U. Okay, so this is nothing but the shape operator of the surface. At every point you are having one curve, and if you have a one curve, you can find out the covariant derivative, right? So with the help of that, we have got the definition. Now, those who remember, we have written the definition of covariant derivative. Del V Z is equals to nothing but Z dash of P plus TV. Right? The dash of P plus TV means rate of change of a that is initial rate of change of a function at a point P in the direction of a V. Right? So let me write down what is del V Z bar. Those who remember, I hope you remember, it is nothing but summation over R V Z R U R at a point. Right? These are nothing but the directional derivative of a Z R with respect to tangent vector P. Okay. So hence now let me go for the next lemma. What the lemma tells us that shape operator is a linear operator. Okay, that means we are going to prove shape operator SPU is a linear operator. So let us go one by one. What is SP? That is shape operator. Shape operator is nothing but the collection of the tangent vector. No, VP is a tangent to the surface end. What is a tangent to the surface end? The shape operator is prescribed with the help of a tangent vector. No, what is SPV is equals to, if you know here what is SPV is equals to minus del v u bar. What is u bar? It is nothing but the unit normal to the surface. And what is v? V is a tangent vector to the surface at a point P. So what is a domain for SP? It is nothing but the tangent vector. What is the domain for the surface? Is a shape operator is a tangent vector. What is a codomain? We have to prove that codomain is also a tangent vector. So hence it will, after that we will going to prove that shape operator is a linear operator. Okay. So let's start. What will be the SP? That is shape operator SP is nothing but the collection of a tangent vector to the surface. It is a surface in this case. We are going to assume surfaces in the differential geometry as a, we are going to denote them as capital M. Okay. So shape operator. What is a domain for shape operator? It is nothing but the collection of a tangent vector. If you remember the definition SP V, what is V? V is a tangent vector to the surface. So hence domain is a collection of a tangent vector. Okay, to find out the range of SP, that means we are going to find out now first what is the range of a shape operator. To find out the range of a shape operator, first let us have a unit normal. What we have is a unit normal. Okay, so what is a unit normal? U dot u should be equal to 1. Okay, unit normal. Okay, let us differentiate this as it is a unit normal vector B. So let us differentiate with respect to a tangent vector B. Then u dot u is equals to, what is the derivative of any constant with respect to any derivative is a 0. So let me differentiate this. Del v u as it is plus again same term we are going to repeat. So let me write that it is 2 times it is equals to 0. Correct. As 2 is non-zero. So what we can say about this term is del v u bar dot u bar is equals to 0. So hence either of them should be equal to 0. But u dot will not be equal to 0. Okay. U is non-zero. If u is non-zero, what should be equal to 0? Other term is 0. But both are non-zero. So what we can say, the dot product of these two vectors is equal to 0. What is the meaning of dot product is equal to 0? That means they are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so hence we can say u bar is perpendicular to del v u bar. What is, if it is perpendicular to del v u bar, we can say it is perpendicular to minus of del v u bar. Right, no? Perpendicular is same, no? Either it is in positive or negative direction. So what is the value of this? We have from the definition u bar is perpendicular to SP. Okay. So if u bar is perpendicular to SPV, what is the meaning of this? That means what should be the range? Here what we have shown, shape operator is perpendicular to u bar. What is u bar? U bar is nothing but the collection of a unit normal. Normal means what? They are perpendicular to our tangent plane. Okay, what is SPV? It is nothing but the collection of a tangent vector to the surface. Right? If it is collection of a tangent vector, so this is a unit normal. Unit normal means what? It is perpendicular to tangent plane, or rather it is perpendicular to tangent vector to the surface. If u bar is perpendicular to some vector, now let us assume there is something different here. If it is perpendicular to u bar is perpendicular to something, what is the meaning of that? U bar क्या है? Unit normal. Normal किस पे perpendicular होगा? Tangent plane. So what will be the codomain of shape operator? Here we have described this domain. So what will be the codomain now in the case of a shape operator? What will be the codomain? ST is equal to collection of all the tangent vector VP. So what will be the codomain or the range space for this shape operator? E is TPM. Correct now? If you are not getting what you think, here we are not having anything. So u bar is perpendicular to something. Okay, what will be that something? U bar किस पे perpendicular होगा? Either tangent plane पे or tangent vector. But if we are in the surface, we are not having a single tangent vector, so it is nothing but the collection of a tangent vector at a point P of a surface M. and that is nothing but the TPM. Okay. So hence, what we can say, the shape operator has a codomain or the range space is a TPM. Okay. That is collection of all the tangent vector at P of a, and this is also collection of all the tangent vector at a point P of a surface. Hence, it is nothing from TPM to TPM. And now we can say it is an operator. Now let us prove that it is nothing but the linear. How to prove it is linear? Let us take any two tangent vector V and W. So SP AD plus BW is equals to, what is the definition? Minus of del AD plus BW. What will be the definition? U bar. Just like a definition of a shape operator. SPV is equals to minus of del V U bar. As B and W are any two tangent vector, their linear combination is also a tangent vector. So this definition is true. And those who remember, we have proved this. If U is a tangent vector, these are the, sorry, U is a vector field and these are the tangent vector. How to write them? Already we have proved in the properties of a covariant derivative. Negative sign as it is, minus A outside, sorry, A is outside, that will be del V U bar plus B outside, del W U bar. So hence we can write this is with A as it is outside, minus of this, minus of del V U bar plus B as it is, minus of del W U bar. What is del V U bar? That will be nothing but SPV, shape operator. A times plus B times. What will be this? SP, instead of B it is another tangent vector, that is W. And hence the proof, that is A times SPV, B times SPV. And hence we have proved that the shape operator is a linear operator. What is the basic thing about this? First, you have to find out unit normal. With the help of unit normal itself, you can find out the shape of the surface. Okay. Let me go for examples. Find the shape operator of a sphere. That let me go through the sharing screen, because if you are not able to see on the board, then I will share the screen for that. So here we have seen this is what a del V Z. To find out del V Z, those who remember, we have studied already covariant derivative. So here they have written the covariant derivative definition once again. So hence now you know about what is normal to the surface. How to find out normal to the surface is nothing but del G. That is a theorem we have proved. By del G is a normal vector field because it is perpendicular to the tangent vector. Right now, here we have proved this theorem. Na? Del G, we have to prove that del G is a normal vector field. So find out the del G. So if it is a surface, we know that dg is not equal to 0. That means d is dou g by dou x, dou g by dou y, dou g by dou z all are non-zero simultaneously. And after finding this is nothing but del g is not equal to 0. So if alpha is a curve in a surface M, it must satisfy the equation of a surface. And with the help of that, we have found a one tangent vector v. Why it is a tangent vector v? Because what is dA1 by dt, A1, A2, A3, these are nothing but the just like if alpha is here, what is the coordinates? Alpha 1 of t, alpha 2 of t, alpha 3 of t. So hence we have differentiated them. After differentiating, these are nothing but the vi. Why it is vi? Because it is nothing but the alpha dash of t. What is alpha dash of t? We have to differentiate all the coordinate functions. So what is alpha dash of t? It is nothing but the velocity vector. Velocity vector to the curve means velocity vector is nothing but the tangent vector to the curve. Tangent vector to the curve means what? It is tangent to the surface. If it is tangent to the surface means what? The product of these two, if it is equal to 0, hence we show that del g is a normal to the surface. Normal means what? It is perpendicular to tangent. So how you define the shape operator? If we is any point on a E3, for each vector v to the surface M at a point P, SP is a function defined by minus of del V u. Why the negative sign is introduced, I also don't know. Where u is a unit normal vector field in the neighborhood of P, I think it may be due to some convention. The operator SP is called the shape operator of a surface. Del V u represent the rate of a change of a u in the direction of P. It tells how the tangent plane of a surface M is changing. And v direction gives the information about the v the in which the surface M is curving. That is, surface is nothing but the collection of curve, no? तो टेंजेंट वेक्टर की आपको टेंजेंट वेक्टर पता होगा तो ही आपको का कर्व पता होगा ना. टेंजेंट वेक्टर मीन्स व्हाट? इट इज वेलोसिटी वेक्टर. वेलोसिटी वेक्टर कब आएगा? अल्फा डैश. Alpha dash of t means what? It is nothing but the rate of change of your curve alpha. So if you know the curve alpha, then only you can know the velocity vector. Velocity, if you know the velocity vector, that is nothing but the tangent vector. So this tangent vector gives a way by which the surface M is changing, or it is how the it is curving. Curving means what? At every point you are having one curve, no? With the help of that curve only, we are going to find out the tangent vector. Okay, so next we have to prove that it is a shape operator is a linear operator. For that we have first defined for that what is SPV. It is nothing but the minus of del VU. So actually it should be SPV. This is something printing mistake. So what will be the shape domain of shape operator? It should be here collection of tangent vector. No, so here also it is collection of a tangent vector. So hence domain is known to us. Now how to find out the range space? For that, what we have done, we know about a unit normal. So if you know unit normal, what will be the dot product u dot u is equal to v is equal to 1. So if you differentiate differentiation of any constant with respect to any type of a derivative is 0. So 2 is non-zero, hence the product of these two equal to 0 means what? They are perpendicular to each other. If it is perpendicular to this, obviously it must be perpendicular to its negative part. So hence what we get from this SPV is perpendicular to u means what? U is a unit normal vector. If it is perpendicular to something means what? It must be a tangent plane. So hence SPV is belongs to TPM means what? It is range space is a TPM. And hence after that we are it is easy to prove the linearity. What we have done, SPV AV plus BW, instead of taking any one vector we have taken the two vector and the linear combination of these two vector. So this we have by the definition of a shape operator. But from this step we must know covariant derivative, the second chapter last unit, last point of a second chapter. So this we can do. Here you have to write down the reason from the properties of the covariant derivative of a vector field with respect to a tangent vector. Those who don't remember, please go to the lectures and see. And hence we prove that shape operator is a linear operator. Okay, we have to now find out the shape operator on the sphere. How to find out a shape operator on the sphere? First, we have to find out a unit normal. How to find out a normal to the surface? Already we have discussed. That is nothing but the del g. But if it is a unit normal, you have to divide it by norm of del g. I hope you have studied in the Hilbert space how to find out a unit normal. If you know this surface, how to find out del g? That is rho g by dou x, rho g by dou y, rho g by dou z. What is norm of del g? That will be nothing but rho times s. So what is the value of x square plus y square plus z square is r square. Under root of r square, that is 2r. What is norm of del g? Is nothing but 2r. So this 2 get cancelled 1 upon r x y z. Okay, so u is equal to 1 upon r summation of xi ui. By we have written any tangent vector can be written as a in the linear combination of the unit natural frame fields. And hence, what will be del v u bar? Now, if you differentiate this with respect to covariant derivative, so what will be this 1 upon r? That will be constant summation over I v u. That is directional derivative of xi with respect to tangent vector v and ui. Here is a definition. That is nothing but v zi ui. Okay, this zi are nothing but the coordinate functions of a, or rather we can say these are nothing but the coefficients of ui in z, coefficients of ui in the z. So hence, after that, by definition of a covariant derivative, this will be by default. Those who don't know, go back to the lectures of a differential geometry second chapter last unit covariant derivative. Hence, this is nothing but vxi. This square bracket denotes that this is a directional derivative. So hence, after using this, I hope we have done this many times. Summation over Vj dou xi by dou xj, this is nothing but delta aj, that will be equal to 1 only if I is equal to j, otherwise it is 0. So hence it is summation over I vi ui. And hence this is nothing but v1, v2, v3, that is ui is nothing but your unit natural frame wheel, unit vectors. So hence del v u bar we are getting v upon r, as it is with a negative sign, hence HPV will be minus of this quantity. And hence we have found that the shape operator of a surface is scalar multiple of minus 1 upon r. That is v is any vector. No, if vector v is going to change, that depends for all tangent vector v. Okay, but it is a scalar multiple of minus 1 upon r. Whatever may be the vector, but minus 1 upon r is fixed. This uniformityness reflects the roundness of the sphere, right? Because this minus 1 upon r is constant at every point, no? So at every point of the surface, suppose आपने एक sphere अपने हाथ में पकड़ा है, so आप अगर यूनिट नॉर्मल फाइंड आउट करना चाहते हो, तो क्या करना है आपको? सपोज आपके पास एक बॉल है, तो आप क्या करो, उसके ऊपर पिंस लगाओ, so that will determine your unit normals. And if you are going to go with the help of that unit normal, that means you are going to find out a tangent vector at every point, and a collection of this, that will give you, that is if you are going to if u is a unit normal, and here we will have some tangent vector, so that will rate of change of that unit normal with respect to a tangent vector give you the shape of the surface. क्या करना है आपको? आपके पास घर पे कोई बॉल होगा, तो बॉल को सब लोग हर जगह से पिन लगाओ, that will give you the normal to this at every point, and that will give you the uniformity of a surfaces reflect that the roundness of the sphere. That is ये constant term outside है ना, minus 1 upon r. It means that your surface S is a round. The surface bend in the same way. That means it will have same way of a direction. No? At every point it is bending in the with the same magnitude. It is bending with the same magnitude. Hence it is nothing but the sphere, and hence it is round. Next is an example of a plane. Suppose we have a plane. Suppose this is a plane. Okay. So if it is a plane, at every point, if I am going to find out a normal, at every point I will put a pins. Okay. So touch pin लगाना है इस पे. So touch pin का, if you are going to find out the rate of change of those unit normal with respect to a tangent vector, that will be 0. Why? Because these are constant. No, आपका सबका direction same है, right? Nodal point of application may be different, but direction vector is same. If direction vector is same, what we say, those who remember, we have seen 3 theorems in the, I think, last chapter of the first unit, in which we have said that vector field is constant only if its direction is constant. So if direction is same, no, for a plane, but is a unit normal, इसको क्या कंसिडर करना है? आपने सपोज टच पिन लगाया एक पेपर पे, राइट? So what is direction for this? Direction is same. Direction is same means what? That vector field which have same direction is called a constant, or a parallel vector field. Parallel vector field, if you remember in the first unit, we have seen the in the first unit, in the last point of the first unit, we have covered 3 theorems in which parallel vector field is we have studied, in which u is equal to constant means what? the direction is same. If the direction is same, how you are going to find out the rate of change with respect to v? So hence it will be 0, and hence shape operator is 0. Shape operator is 0 means what? It is a plane surface. Rather we are not going to call it a surface, it is a plane. So hence at every point there is no bending. If no bending, there is no change. Hence shape operator is 0 for the plane surface. In the next lecture we will see what is the shape operator of the cylinder, and next we will see some theorem. This theorem is very important that we have seen yes now, and then we'll see normal curvature and a Gaussian curvature. Thank you.